Let's create a guillotine nesting project. On the Parameters tab, we can specify the project parameters. We will return here a bit later. First of all, let's add parts to the project. There are several ways for adding parts. One of them is to add part manually using special button. A new record for part is added, and you can insert its parameters in the corresponding columns manually. The main parameters for parts and sheets are length, width, and quantity. Let's specify parameters for our parts. Next, we specify sheets on the corresponding tab. As you can see, the parameters for sheets are similar to the parts parameters. Let's specify main parameters for our sheets. You can also specify defects for guillotine nesting sheet. You need to select sheet and add a new defect using this button. The defect is specified on the sheet as a rectangular area. You can specify coordinates of its lower left corner and the size of rectangular area. Using this flag, you can ignore all defects. Now, when parts and sheets are specified, we can perform calculation using Start Nesting button. In the preview window, you can see the results of calculation. You can zoom in and zoom out using the mouse wheel. The result is displayed for the selected in the list sheet. You can select another sheet or select several sheets at the same time. All nested parts for the sheet are listed below. They are highlighted in the preview window upon selection. Results of nesting for particular material are displayed in the upper list. We didn't set material, so the field is empty and the results are shown for the whole project. Let's set materials for our parts. If you specify material for the part will be placed on the sheet with the same material. So, you can use the material column if you need to place parts on particular sheets. Now, after recalculation, all parts are located on their corresponding sheets. You can see that utilization ratio and effective utilization ratio are calculated for material. Utilization ratio is also calculated for each of the sheets. If it is necessary, we can exclude parts and sheets from the calculation by setting flag in the Exclude column. To Stack parameter allows to add additional parts to the sheet. It is used for nesting of additional number of parts to provide a stack of the most demanded parts. They will be placed only if all other parts are already located and there is still free space on the sheet. Now we can go back to the parameters of the project. Here you can specify units for your project. If you import hatches from Tiflex CAD document with other units specified, they will be converted according to the project units. Cutting thickness is a thickness of the cutting tool, which may be shown on the nesting layout after calculation. As you see, the distance between parts is changed. When part-to-sheet distance parameter is specified, the distance between the part and the sheet edge is changed. Minimal size of usable remnants parameter specifies the size of the sheet to be considered as usable remnant. This value affects the effective utilization ratio. The more usable remnants left after nesting, the higher the effective utilization ratio. You can display usable remnants in the preview window using this option. If remnant size is less than the specified minimal size of usable remnant, it will be colored green. Otherwise, it will be colored red. For guillotine nesting, it is available to reallocate parts to another place or another sheet if there is enough space. Select the part for reallocation by clicking on it. Then, with pressed left mouse button, move the part to a new location. System will find free space for the part and relocate it. When nesting layout is ready, it can be exported to the Tiflex CAD document using this button. If you activate Group Parts flag, all parts will be grouped after exporting to Tiflex CAD. You should explode group to edit lines. If this parameter is active, hatches will be created for all exported parts. Using color of parts allows to set colors for parts in Tiflex CAD document according to the color specified in Tiflex nesting. The color can be specified in the parameters of the part. All other parameters of the part are also displayed here. As you can see, the color of the part is changed in the preview window. If it is necessary, you can change parameters for several parts simultaneously by selecting them in the list with press Shift key. By default, nesting layout for each sheet is imported to separate page. But you can import all sheets to the same page using Place Nesting Layouts to One Page flag. If Show Cards flag is active, graphic lines that show cards will be created. You can also show cards in the preview window using this option. If you need to number all identical parts on the drawing, use this flag. You can select Active Document or 2D Document Prototype for export. If you need to design drawing, the easiest way is to select nesting layout and copy it. You can select Copy with Rotation or Copy with Translation. After copying, you can set scale for the paper.